Good morning, everybody. I was so aware of the power of the Spirit in this room when I walked in. And I know that for most of us, if not all of us, when we come into a church like this, you feel you're at home. And for me, home is where the heart is. And my heart is in spiritualism. When I think about the power that every single one of us has, and the fact that we can all unite in the umbrella, if you like, the auspices of God. We are privileged. We are so privileged because we know that we're not going to die. We know that we live on and on for eternity. We know that everything that we do, every experience we have while we're on this earth matters. How everything affects us matters. Because that's going to have its part to play when we go to that world we call the spirit world. I believe we know very little about the spirit world. I know that every single one of us has our own ideas, our own concepts, and we have our own beliefs, and that's fine by me. But I know that the spirit world we work with, the spirit world that loves us, the spirit world that's there for every single one of us, is always letting us know, live life, enjoy life, don't waste life. That power that exists in me exists in you. That power that's an essential part of me is an essential part of you. And whether we like it or not, it exists. And whether we believe in it or not, it exists. But the message of the Spirit is to be free within your power, to think for yourself, to move your mind away from indoctrination and become tolerant of one another. When we allow that power to touch the very essence of our soul, we are asking that power to help us, love us, encourage us and support us. And when we open that power in a place like this, where we're all of the same mind, where we all have that common understanding that life goes on and that we have a spirit, because that spirit, it will knock on the door of your mind and it will say, listen to me, because I am not fulfilled, I am not challenged. There is a part of me that I'm not using when I don't acknowledge the Spirit. That Spirit is essential to you and I. It's our life force. It's who we are. But it's pure. It's not tainted as we are as human beings through life. All of us at some time ask ourselves, what is the point of life? What lessons do I have to learn? You'll never know how much I hate that word. Where do I belong in the scheme of things? Do I have an immortal soul? Well, our 7 principles tell us, in the 4th principle, the continuous existence of the human soul, which says we can't die for the life of us. When we get to the 7th principle, it says eternal progress open to every human soul. So what it's saying to us, yeah, we go on forever, but we have to make a choice. We have to make decisions for ourselves. We have to take responsibility. As our 5th principle says, personal responsibility. We have to do that because we can be as dim as we want to be. We can be unenlightened as we want to be. That's our choice. That's life. We owe it to ourselves and our own power to be expansive and vibrant in our thinking. We owe it to ourselves and each other to acknowledge that we all have that power within us. And the way we use that power is going to be different from one to the other, because your needs are not mine and mine are not yours. But that still means that we know each other and accept each other, whoever we are. Life is for living. And I know that there are many people who believe that we should sit and meditate for 8 hours a day. Many people who believe that we should be away from life itself. And I can't go along with that, because I know that that power is telling me we belong together. We must stand together. We must fight for the right of the Spirit together. It's not about sitting on your own in a room for 8 hours a day where you're of no earthly use whatsoever. You can be sensitive. You can have a heightened sensitivity to such a degree that you can't go outside because everything will affect you. But what are we meant to be doing with this? We're meant to enjoy it. We're meant to live with it. We're meant to use it as an integral part of our life so that we are never the same again. So we challenge ourselves in our thinking constantly. I know that you and I understand that the more you know, the less you know. We all understand that. We all know that whatever we know, whatever we understand, is the very, very top of that mountain. There's a vast amount we all need to learn. But every one of us has a willingness to learn because we want to be of service to Spirit. Being of service means being dedicated, being committed, allowing the Spirit to be an integral part of your life and not something for Sundays and Wednesdays, but living your life by the Spirit. We have so much to learn. We've got so much to do. And every single one of us has to take responsibility for our own identity and our own place in it all. But nevertheless, there is so much joy in this world. There is so much joy within you. There shouldn't be a day goes past where you don't laugh. There shouldn't, because I know that when the spirit world is there and they can hear and feel and sense your laughter, that lifts them. It has an effect on them. So often, you know, we always want to make this world a better place, and I'm sure, like me, that's what you want too. But have we any idea what we do to the spirit world? Have we any idea how we change their minds, how we lift them up, how we help them to see clearer? Because we do. If you can imagine when you're very upset about something that's going on in your life, that you're building a cloud around you where they can't get close to you. And as soon as you laugh, may only be for a few seconds, but you're changing the atmosphere and the energy around you that allows them to get closer, allows them to come in to help you. You know, the greatest message of spiritualism for me is not that we survive death. As an atheist, many years ago, of long standing, I found that quite comforting, believe it or not, that I didn't have to survive physical death. But my message now is not about surviving of death. It's the fact, I think the greatest message that spiritualism has to offer is that no matter how bad you feel, no matter how low, you are never on your own. And that is a message that's very rarely propounded within our movement. And it saddens me because we have so many lonely people in today's society that need to know they are not on their own. We have a great religion. We have one that allows you to think for yourself, which is why I'm a spiritualist. It allows me to move my mind into so many different dimensions of thought and be inspired and uplifted and enlightened. And I know that I am opening my mind to so many minds out there that want to help and support and encourage every single one of you. It's never going to change. Never, ever going to change. And that's what makes me want to be a spiritualist, because I know that that power that exists with all of us will change us in time, because it is a transforming power. It is a power that's progressive. It's a power that moves. It's a power that brings peace to the world. If only we would allow ourselves to spread that word of peace. We have a lot to do, but I know we can succeed together. Thank you for listening.